Today, I will be discussing the recipe to Australian success. The purpose of this research is to explore what can determine the amount of an Australian's annual household income. The dataset I will be using is CFFR 2006 Australia. The number of respondents included in my study is 922 individuals. And the analytical approach I will be using consists of a correlation, hierarchical multiple regression, and an arrow diagram. All three will propose the strength and direction of my variables with one another. My dependent variable is an Australian's annual household income. Sewell mentions that academic achievement can predict later occupational opportunities. Thus, an Australian's education level achieved is my first independent variable, where primary and university educations have been created into dummy variables, and a high school education is left to be the reference category. My second independent variable is an Australian's employment status, where those who are unemployed and reliant on pensions have been turned into dummy variables, and those who are employed are used as the reference category. Age is the third independent variable. Those who are young and are 18 to 29 years of age, and those who are elderly and are 60 years of age or older, have been turned into dummy variables. Those who are in between, also known as middle-aged, are used as the reference category. Furthermore, gender is my fourth independent variable, where females have been created into a dummy variable and males are left as the reference category. My four hypotheses are the following. The higher the level of education an Australian achieves, the higher their annual household income will be. An education level is a strong prerequisite for certain types of careers with certain types of pay. Australians with a higher annual household income are likely to be individuals who are self-employed or employed full-time. This is because the self-employed are likely to devote endless hours to create and sustain a successful business. Those who are employed full-time devote more hours towards their job, and those who are unemployed do not have any income. Furthermore, the majority who are forced to rely on pensions do not receive any external income. Those individuals who are in their teens, 20s, as well as mid-50s or older are less likely to make $70,000 per year. This is because younger individuals are likely to be students or just beginning their career, while the elderly are more likely to be retired or disabled. Furthermore, I hypothesize that females are likely to earn slightly less than males. This is not to say that women are less competent than males. Darity explains how the global issue of occupational segregation of women in lower paid jobs still continues today. Furthermore, my correlation coefficient analysis demonstrates that all of my variables, with the exclusion of females, have a significant relationship with my dependent variable and value 0. The reason for the lack of relationship and decision to still include gender as an independent variable within my regression will be revealed shortly. The use of an arrow diagram can help us to understand the relationship and direction each independent variable has with one's annual household income. The result from my multiple regression shows that the more education an Australian achieves, the higher their annual income is likely to be. The more an Australian works, the higher their income will be. In addition, younger and older individuals are less likely to have high incomes. Furthermore, gender has no direct relationship with one's annual household income. However, specification is definitely noteworthy here. When I first included gender within my multiple regression, it was not significant. All other independent variables and the R-square value, however, were acceptable. Therefore, when I interacted females in a high school diploma, and again with a university degree, the variable became significant, accompanied by other acceptable values and an acceptable R-square value. Overall, the B-values throughout my multiple regression reveal the same as my arrow diagram. The more education one receives, the more likely they are to have a higher income. The more one works, the more likely they are to have a larger income. One is likely to bring in more money if they are middle-aged, and in addition, females are likely to grasp and gain more from a higher education when in terms of receiving a higher income. Overall, gender became significant throughout my multiple regression when an interaction between females in a high school diploma and females with a university degree was conducted. Doherty's assumption of global wage inequality for women does not apply to females within Australia. One's gender does not affect their annual income. However, from my regression, one can notice that education for a female is a larger determining factor for their future income than it is for males. Overall, females gain more from an education than males do. Furthermore, from my regression, we can also conclude that the higher level of education an Australian achieves, the more likely they are to have a higher income. Also, the more time an Australian puts towards the workforce, the more likely they are to have a higher income. Consequently, students, homemakers, and those relying on pensions have lower incomes. Moreover, because age is a non-linear pattern, the middle-aged are likely to have higher incomes, while younger individuals and the elderly are more likely to have lower incomes. This is because younger individuals are likely to be in school or beginning their careers and not have a steady income, while the elderly are more likely to be retired or disabled, thus restricted to pensions as a source of income. Furthermore, as mentioned above, there is no relationship between gender and income. However, when gender is interacted with education and females have a high school diploma or a university degree, they have a better chance at achieving a higher household income. Overall, Australians, both male and female, who are highly educated, middle-aged, and dedicate time to their careers are more likely to have a higher annual household income. Thank you.